So I go take a shower and I come back to more changes to ICE operations, which is great. Tom Homan, the border czar, if you will, gave a press conference and said that he seeks to regain law and order in Minnesota and outlined how federal authorities are working on a drawdown plan. He actually made a couple of mentions like, hey, things were not going well here, and that's why I'm here. So taking a little bit of responsibility, not nearly enough. He admitted that operations in the state could be improved and called on local leaders to work together with federal agents to tone down the dangerous rhetoric. Democrats and a top Republican once again have said DHS should not be funded without policy changes. The deadline is tomorrow, so I think what we're going to see is these guaranteed and active policy changes will then allow for funding for DHS, which means ICE gets more money. So we could do both. We could get changes and not give them any extra money. They got a shit ton in the big, beautiful bill. There's no need to give them any more. Okay, it's not like they've earned it by killing individuals and torturing and graving people. Senator Susan Collins of Maine said this morning that ICE was halting enhanced operations in her state in Maine that had been ongoing after discussions with Kristi Noem. More videos are coming out about the Preddy shooting, and the attorney for the Preddy family said nothing that happened a week before could possibly have justified Alex's killing. This is reference where he had an altercation with ICE agents before and he got a broken rib from it because he was doing the same thing. He was being a good human being and trying to protect others, not any kind of altercation where he was instigating or an agitator, any of that bullshit. Trump still is resisting calls to oust Noem, but has signaled a desire to de-escalate a little bit in Minnesota. Again, all of these individuals are pulling back from their rhetoric. Some of them are throwing each other under the bus. Miller came out the other day and said, hey, CBP didn't follow the policy that we said. We didn't push that policy. And when you got one of the micro-Nazis backpedaling on immigration stuff, you know it got bad. And you know it is bad. So that's good. The fact that he is covering his ass, usually he's all for it and say like, hey, we're going to do it and keep doing it. That's good. That means there's a shit ton of pressure. And one of the things you have to consider, or I ask you to consider in all of this, is midterms. If there weren't midterms coming up and if they didn't matter and if your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be stopping this. They would not be stopping this. And so there was so much pressure from Republicans, especially in swing states, because of the overwhelming pressure, even from Republican voters about this, that they said we have to change this and we have to backpedal. And we can't do this anymore. They all voted for it. They were all for it. And now when it comes to potentially losing their job and losing all the perks and everything that they get, healthcare, great salary, travel, all those things, now they're scared. And so now they're going to backpedal on this and say, where we really shouldn't be doing this. They're the reason that it fucking happened, and I need you to remember that come midterms. We're going to go into a year in 2026 where they're going to hope you go into the memory hole and say like, I forget all about Renee Good and Alex Preddy, Keith Porter, and kids freezing and people being raped and tortured and all those things. I hope you forget about those things and vote for me. I think the Supreme Court is going to go ahead and shoot down the tariff plan for Trump. So everybody, they're going to tell everybody like, hey, look how much better prices are getting. That was a tax they put on you. That was a tax they put on us. And they're going to take that away and say like, look how the economy is improving because we're not charging you as much with shit that we never needed to do. That is the kind of stuff I think they're going to do. And they're going to hope that people just forget about those things. And they'll come up with a culture war or two to fight on that. And that be the focus. And some poor trans kid will be the center of it, probably. Right? Just for existing and being a human being. So there's going to be absolute dumb shit. And the thing we need to call for is accountability for all of this stuff that has happened with ICE and CBP, DHS, and then the fucking files. We need to call for the fucking files. Like we're getting into, primary and summer. And if you're into the point that this is a show, that's primetime rating for this stuff. You'll remember when it goes back to January 6th investigations, that was during the summer. That was big stuff. And so I think potentially that's when the Epstein stuff is going to hit, but it's got to hit hard, and everybody has to push it because they're going to twist the hell out of it. The Republicans are going to twist the hell out of it and say, It wasn't their fault. It wasn't so bad. They're going to do whatever they can to save seats. They all voted for it. They all voted to avoid it. This entire administration is a cover-up. So I know I started out in Minnesota and changes there, and I know I got here, but I think it all blends together. So please, just check it out. Yeah, I appreciate it. Just think it through. Like, it's going to get crazy. Okay? All right. Thanks. Bye.